like a thing you have to decide halfway through. I really didn't tell people a lot about what I was going through. And so there would be things that, would upset me, but people didn't know what I was going through. So it was hard for them to be empathetic if they don't know what you're going through. And then I went just recently and have been much more open and honest about what I'm going through and what's happening. And really what did it was my pregnancy last fall, because I was showing and people knew, and, finally, it was almost like when you let go of the secrecy, when you let go of that, it just is such a relief. It's, if somebody was really sick and they had a terrible diagnosis, you would want to know so that you could take good care of them. And I think that for my family, it's important for me to say exactly what I'm going through. And you don't have to, do anything different, but if I don't feel like partaking in the picnic, chances are it's because maybe something just happened where, who knows, my medicine's late, I don't feel good, or my spirits are down today. And it's not because I don't love you or because you're not important to me. It's just because I deal with this all the time, and today's a day where I'm not that strong today. And I don't need, a great big lecture or to divulge into things, but just those little pieces of kindness help keep you going. And knowing that people understand, knowing that people still believe in you, knowing that you still believe in you. I think it was like, it's been right before we got pregnant, we had tried a bunch of treatments and nothing worked. And we decided to pursue adoption. So we went to meet with a counselor, and we're at the adoption place, and we're talking about all the processes and everything that you have to do. And it seemed really daunting at the time. And I remember, like, in my gut just feeling like, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do, but I'm so exhausted and we've been through so much already. I mean, little did I know what was coming down the pike at that point, but I didn't know what to do. And I'm not a super religious person. I certainly believe in a higher power for sure. I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to flesh out, but I honestly didn't know what to do. It wasn't like I was scared and didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. And I was so tired. And I remember just saying, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And I took a test on Valentine's Day and was pregnant. And I remember thinking, like, okay, so I am supposed to see this through to the end. So that's what I'm supposed to do. And that, when all these other things go wrong or all these other crazy things come up, lots of times I go back to that and I think, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm resolved to this, and I'm incredibly grateful that that happened, because I had spent 10 years not being pregnant, and in that moment I was pregnant. And my heart breaks at those losses, but I tasted that part of motherhood. So that gives me hope that I've seen a little bit of motherhood and I have felt a little bit of that motherhood. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't know what to do next. So there's such support with, everybody here, Dr. Kane and Dr. Kiltz and Heather and Aaron and just everybody that I see. Everybody from the person that you call to make an appointment with, everybody's just, they know you. They know your name, and you don't So you don't think much about that maybe. You think like it has to be like this, you know, support group but like those little things, those interactions help you feel like it's going to be okay. They know you. They're going to take care of you. They know your name, you know. When my husband will give me my shots, he used to joke around and be like, okay, date of birth, you know, and like I felt like that's the only way that I would have interactions with other medical facilities or doctor's offices was just by my date of birth. And it was funny. It's funny that he does it, but I think it just illustrates how important it is that you can sit in a waiting room here. It's not even a waiting room. You just go downstairs and have your coffee and hang out. But that people here know a little bit about what you're going through and are comfortable enough sometimes to share or talk about that. And I remember being at other waiting rooms and just thinking like, there's 10 of us here right now who are all getting our blood done. We're all trying to like keep it on the DL and get to work on time and go about our day when really we're freaking out inside and we have no one to talk to. And here we all are just looking at each other or looking at the ground, like we're not even making eye contact. So to have a place like this and to have people that know your name and take good care of you and are invested in you feels immensely supportive. And you wouldn't think, but it is. It's huge. Everything from a phone call, how's your day today? What's going on? Oh, good, da 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 da, you know, and you're not on hold and you're not just saying your date of birth, makes such a difference. It's so individual for people and it's such a personal process that you have to do what feels right for you at that time and what's going to work for you and your partner or you in your life. That there isn't a set schedule of how you do things. Well, you have to go through so many IUIs before you can do an IVF, or you have to, you know, you can't do an IVF because you can get pregnant on your own or whatever. There is no set path. You have to figure out what feels right for you and go with that. And I think there's a lot that can be done for reading and educating yourself, but I think also sometimes you can do that and it can really, you start comparing your numbers with someone else's numbers and your issue with someone else, or how come, you know, their level is this, and there has to be a sense of like what's right for you. So for me, it's definitely knowing what's happening or being educated, but I don't like to get so wrapped up in the internet and what's out there and stay off of WebMD because it will make you crazy. You know, you have to listen to yourself and what your body does and what's right for you. And that's not always going to be what you read on the internet or what your best friend is having or what somebody at the clinic is having done. Your body is so unique to you, and just emotionally to take very good care of yourself. And don't expect that you're going to be the same person that you were at the beginning. Like, I'm not the same person. You know, I've learned to walk with grief and even laugh with grief, and that's okay. I know that now. And it's given me great clarity, and I would never exchange those experiences for anything. And I'm exactly where I want to be because I'm right where I wanted to be for what's right with me right now. And it took me 10 years. Some people can do this in 3. It took me forever. But I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have been able to be where I am today last summer, 2 summers ago. It took me a while to figure it all out.